Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello. Okay, so we are live and I'm so happy to be together with you, Christina, and with Tanya shortly. So tonight we are going into the discussion of how to gain a restful sleep, or the best recipes that we consider out of our own experience working with our clients as well, through hypnotherapy, through mindfulness, meditation, yoga, and neurolinguistic programming. And I would like to invite Christina to start with her tips and best recipes for a restful sleep. And we will be interacting throughout the call. If there is any questions, I can also see that on a separate screen. So please feel free to ask your questions, those of you who are joining us. And if not, if you are seeing this recording, please feel free to post your questions and comment below. So Christina, welcome.
Hello, everyone. Happy to be here back with you and really happy that we are talking about sleep today. As we'd like to bring more awareness, and for some other, it's just a reminder of the importance of having a good sleep. So just few quick notes and bringing the idea that sleep it's one of the pillars of our mental and physical well-being. Yeah, I've had the impression that it's a noise on the background, so I will.
Yeah, I reduced the noise. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Apologies
So
for yeah.
as I was saying, has been proven that sleep is one of the most important pillars in our well-being, physical and mental. Sleep is linked to our immune system. Having a good pattern of sleep and a good quality of sleep, it's helping your immune system to rebuild, rejuvenate, and work in the background for your well-being. Just imagine, maybe you had the experience maybe during university when you're partying throughout the time and you went up home on the holidays and you're crashing and getting all of a sudden a flu. That's all was happening because you are not having enough sleep. You're not giving your body enough time to recharge, rejuvenate, and recuperate and activate all the body functions. And throughout the time has been proven even scientifically that low amount of sleep or poor quality of sleep, it's impacting your well-being in the sense of you might have low moods connected to for some people with depression, that can be connected with a higher body weight. And at the same time, you might have that foggy mind that you are not clear throughout the time, you cannot focus, and you are having a low concentration and productivity throughout the time. So in order to understand the importance of it and take the necessary steps, I'm just going to give you a few ideas of the amount of time and hours that is necessary for an adult or a teenager to have throughout the night. So according to the research, a newborn between 0 to 3 months will need between 14 to 17 hours of sleep. A toddler between 1 to 2 years will need 11 to 14 hours of sleep. A teen will need between 8 and 10 hours for sleep, and an adult who is above 18 years old will need 7+ hours of sleep. So talking about sleep, Viara, and you are welcome anytime to add from your own experience. But also, as you mentioned, working with clients, we've seen a lot of patterns when sleep was involved, when having a depression, being anxious, having a cloudy mind and not able to focus. And because of that, it's important to pay attention to your ritual, your hygiene before going to bed. So it's important, for example, that throughout the hours before going to bed, to have your meal, the last meal, with 2 hours, at least with 2 hours before going to bed, and have a light meal. Because if you eat meat, let's say, with less than 1 hour or 2 hours before going to bed, meat will have like 4 hours to being digested. So your digestive system is still active, and you will not have a comfortable sleep. In the same time, it's important, for example, to lower the intake of your liquids, to diminish as much as possible in the last 2 hours before going to bed. And it's also important to have a pattern of your sleep, meaning going to bed around same time, let's say maybe 10, 11, it's up to you what works best for you, but making it as a habit, going towards that time to bed. Also, it's important the atmosphere that you create in your room, meaning to have a decluttered room, a room that has been brought in air from outside to have oxygen going through the air. If you are living in a very hot country like it's UAE, make sure you are decreasing a bit more the temperature before bed to enter in that into that state of being more relaxed. It happens for many people, for example, to have a very active mind before bed and have a lot of thoughts and thinking of what are the next things that needs to be done for next day. For that type of person, I would advise, in order to download that information and take it out of your mind, start journaling, start creating, if you are not having already a scheduler, a planner. So put down and plan your next day. So like this, you already took off your mind what are the tasks for next day. And also, it's important, for example, the napping. There might be people that are having a short nap throughout the day. Make sure that the nap is not no longer than 20 minutes and is before 3 p.m. Otherwise, you'll go later to sleep and you'll not reach to that point when you are really tired. So all these are tips and advices, and my invitation to you is to take out from this what resonates with you. The tips that are, you feel that, okay, I haven't thought of this, and by implementing it, I feel will offer me a good quality of sleep. Also, it's important to create the space, your bed to be only for sleeping, and stop taking your mobile phone with you, because we have this tendency to go to bed and just scroll, we are saying before, falling asleep. And this is actually more damaging than helpful, because we are still having our mind active and we are not giving it the period of time to settle down and get the necessary rest. And of course, we all have our own habits, the brushing and taking a shower. For some people, it's working to have a warm shower, for others to have a cold shower. So do whatever you feel in your routine that you feel it's helping and it's improving your quality of sleep. So these are just few basic tips as reminders, or for some of them might be something new for you. But once you start to create that routine, when you start allowing yourself the self-care that we all deserve, you'll see how your sleep pattern is improving. If after doing all you think and it's still necessary to see on an expert opinion, meaning that, okay, I'm still sleeping the 7 hours, but I'm still not feeling restful, then there'll be something more to be investigated throughout this. So this is from my side. If you, Vayara, have other stuff to be added as tips to this, you are more than welcome. to share it from your experience, from your sleep hygiene that you have. If there's something that you feel that it's adding value to our conversation, please join us and let us know.
Yes, Christina, thank you so much. So I think, so what personally helped me a lot, it was implementing a ritual of essential oils. So essential oils are very dear to me because since I discovered basically the power of ylang ylang and lavender oils, I have the spray that I add on my pillow as a mist. And I have as well, let me check because I'm hearing some echo. And I have as well the lavender oil as a mist, and I have another one which is an essential oil that I apply on my body. That is ylang ylang. Both of them are very effective before you go to bed. They calm your mind basically and prepare your body for sleep. Another tip that I can give you out of my own experience is the bedding, the color of the bed. So personally, what works for me, it is the light serene blue, as well as there is the deep blue as well, and lila. So the lila colors that are also in your bedroom, regardless of if that would be the bedding color, the pillows, some nice painting on the wall, or perhaps a flower or plant in those colors, it's very beneficial. And personally, I found it very useful by setting only the bedding colors in my bedroom. Sometimes maybe you have to use one room. Now, for example, what happens in pandemic, you use one room for sleep and for work. What is important for this in this case is, or what worked for me, it was always to relate or to associate my bed, as Christina said, for sleeping only, and my couch or my desk for working only. And then you assign and you designate your area just for the activities that you have to do during the day, and you don't use them for anything else, because again, as Christina said, your mind will play a reverse role and it will start working into working mode. Let's say if you're using the bedroom for sleeping, what happened to me very often, and vice versa. Let's say I'm trying to do some work on the couch, but I'm falling asleep. Yeah, so that's something that is very important for me to mention.
Also, if I may add something, it's also it's important to move your body throughout the day. Meaning, even though you might not exercise or go to fitness, go to gym, at least have a walk of 15-20 minutes. You need to allow your body to consume the energy and recharge, maybe in the nature, or just do some simple stretching exercises at home, because your body needs that movement, needs to be kept in a healthy way. And again, nutrition is essential throughout the day as well. So we need to, before going to bed and throughout the day, it's like treating ourselves with respect and eating healthy, moving our body, and also creating that mindset that self-care is important and we deserve it. Because it's only us that can take care of ourselves. There's nobody else to jump in and do the stuff instead of you. So another tip that I would like to finish on my side is to offer you a breathing technique. It's a technique, it's a calming breathing technique that can be used when you are in your bed already and you're already preparing to go to bed, and you're just feeling that your mind is wandering around. So this technique, it's allowing you to calm your breath, and it's slowing down your heart rate, it's dropping your blood pressure, and it's stimulating your parasympathetic nervous system, the one that rests and digests, that one that you are at peace and you are getting the relaxation that you need on your nervous system. So The breathing, it's counting and inhaling to 4, and it's a longer exhale to 8. So, and it's important when you inhale, allow your belly to expand. When you exhale, you do it slowly, and it's downwards counting from 8 to 1. You do this between 8 to 10 times while you're in bed, feeling safe and relaxed. And you'll see how all this, how the parasympathetic nervous system is kicking in, and it's placing yourself in that sleepy, drowsy, pleasant mood before bed. So let's do it together for 2 times, and you'll do it by yourself before falling asleep, or when you feel the need to implement it in your day-to-day routine. So it's a routine, and it's like you need, it's necessary to be done in a consistent way. So let's do it together. Let's inhale for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and slowly exhale, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and inhale again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and slowly exhaling, pulling your abdomen in, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that's it from my side. Let us know how it goes for you, how the tips that we gave here are helping you. What would you like to hear more? Or if you have from your side tips that are helping you to have a better sleep, we are more than happy to share it with the others.
Thank you, Christina. I will now switch to Tanya to see what she has prepared for us. Allow me just a second, please.
Hello, Yara. Hello, Christina, and everyone who is watching, who is joining us tonight. And this wonderful topic, very important, vital, about the sleep. And as we mentioned before, our physical and emotional health depend on a good, healthy, rejuvenating sleep. And my part of it, as this webinar, this series, I would like to talk about autogenic training. This technique is a self-hypnosis, I would call it, combined with meditations and Buddhist meditation, when we focus our awareness at one thing at a time, kind of experiencing present moment, is very efficient. So if you're going to practice or do it a couple of times, I guarantee that the quality and the quantity of your sleep are going to increase, and you're going to feel way, way better in the morning, and you won't have any problems to fall asleep. And yeah, basically the stress will be released, anxiety levels will also go down. So we can talk hours about the benefits of a restful, rejuvenating, deep sleep. And today I'll just teach you one technique which I've heard myself from James Haslick. It's an American hypnotist, writer, musician, who was presenting in Hypno Summit, and I've learned a little bit more about this technique, firstly created in the 1930s by Dr. Jonas Henrik Schultz, Dr. Schultz, and he was a neurologist, psychologist. Basically, he was working with his patients and they were literally dropping dead. So basically, at that time, there were not good medicine for the heart, and his idea was we need to slow down so that his patients' heart rates were increasing, his breath was different. So he was thinking about how we can slow down, how we can tackle the autonomic, so-called autonomic nervous system, which is responsible for heart breath, for digestion, for our blood pressure. So that was his research, and he found the solution, which I'm gonna run you through tonight. Just a couple of more words about this technique. It's combination with a meditation, so it's auto-suggestion when we suggest and reprogram ourselves for better sleep. Plus, we kind of get into meditation part of it, which is when we focus on one thought and allowing the other thoughts flow freely without thinking on them or giving them any focus or energy. So that's the technique, and I invite you to go through this process with me. And as I said, you can do it in your own pace, in your own time when you go to bed. And if you do it a couple of times, maybe a week, then you will find it very easily to fall asleep and improve the quality of your sleep. Dr. Schultz noticed that when we have deep sleep, when we are ready to good healthy sleep, we have certain sensations in the body, like heaviness after walking, you know, like long walk or exercising, and warmth, and also coolness in the forehead and some other sensations we're going to focus during this autogenic training or meditation, and some other aspects. And he came up with this formula, with this way of installing and teaching people, basically reteaching them how to sleep healthy. Okay, and instead of talking no more, we're going to go through this technique, and I invite you to go with me. Ideally, we're going to be lying on bed. When you're going to do it in the comfort of your home, ideally lie down on bed. If you can't, you can just sit, uncross your legs, uncross your arms, place your palms on your thighs or just next to them or on the handles of the chair, and find some place where nothing and nobody disturbs you. If you are driving or doing some other activity which involves the concentration, please wait until you have time to really enjoy the relaxation. So basically it's a self-hypnosis meditation, I would call it. Okay, so now I'd like you to take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, gently close your eyes and focus on your hands and feel any sensations that you can feel there. Some people feel tingling sensations, numbness, some people heaviness or lightness. Just be aware of what it is, the sensation in your hands. Take a deep breath in and go a little bit deeper into the relaxation, letting go of all unnecessary tension in your body. Breathe out. Wonderful. And now I'd like you to say in your mind, silently, only in your mind, my hands feel comfortably warm. And this is absolutely not important if it's you truly feel warm or how soon you will start feeling warm. It doesn't really matter. The main thing that we are focusing the attention, and continue to focus the attention as you say in your mind, my hands feel comfortably warm. You can imagine the warm water running through hands, or you can imagine touching to some warm surface, like a warm sand or stone in the hot summer day. And just in your mind, keep repeating, my hands feel comfortably warm. And as I said, it's not important if they start feeling warm or not. It's not about the comfort of your hands. It's about focusing your mind only. And it's not that shouldn't concern you. And the next thing, I'd like you to feel some heaviness. Just imagine, remember something, maybe as you were holding on to your sleepy pad like a cat, or carrying something heavy. And just say in your mind, my hands feel comfortably heavy. Maybe you can imagine or feel, or neither or both, this heaviness. And it's not important. The main thing that you're focusing your attention, as you say, my hands are comfortably heavy. Couple of times in your mind. Beautiful. And now I'd like you to say, my hands feel warm and heavy. My hands feel warm and heavy. Without concerning how quickly or slowly, or neither or both, you will feel in your hands warmth and heaviness. It's not important. The main thing is that you're focusing your mind as in meditation, as you repeat to yourself, my hands feel warm and heavy. My hands feel warm and heavy. My hands feel warm and heavy. Now I'd like you to start focusing your attention at your feet. And in your mind, say a couple of times, my feet feel warm and heavy. My feet feel warm and heavy. And it doesn't really matter how soon, maybe only next time or in a week, they start feeling warm and heavy, or maybe in a couple of breaths. It's not of your concern. The main thing that you are focusing and repeating, my feet feel warm and heavy. And if some other thought come along, invite it and acknowledge, and shift the attention from that thought back into my feet feel warm and heavy. And maybe another thought comes along, just like a leaf on a stream. You just pick up that leaf, focus on it, bring the awareness, and then bring it back to the stream of consciousness. Focusing on my feet are warm and heavy. My feet are warm and heavy. Repeating silently in your mind. That's the main thing for you to do. Just repeat and focus on your feet. My feet feel warm and heavy. And now I'd like you to bring your awareness on your right arm, from the shoulder all the way down to the tips of your fingers. And say to yourself silently in your mind, my right arm feels warm and heavy. My right arm feels warm and heavy. And maybe if another thought floats along, identify it and let it go. And return to my right hand, feels warm and heavy. Or my right arm, warm and heavy. Now I'd like you to bring your attention to your left leg, from the hip down to the tips of your toes, and repeat silently in your mind with me. My left leg feels warm and heavy. My left leg feels warm and heavy. And keep repeating the same thing. My left leg feels warm and heavy. My left leg feels warm and heavy. My left leg feels warm and heavy. And now bring your attention to your right leg from the hip down, all the way down, and tell in your mind, my right leg feels warm and heavy. 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 And now let's switch to the left arm, repeating in your mind after me. My left arm is warm and heavy. 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 And now I'd like you to focus on the both legs, kind of from the waist all the way down. And in your mind, just repeat after me. My lower half feels warm and heavy. My lower half feels warm and heavy. My lower half feels warm and heavy. And it doesn't matter if both or just one sensation. Just keep repeating in your mind, programming your mind and body and focusing as in meditation. My lower half feels warm and heavy. My lower half feels warm and heavy. And now I'd like you to focus on your arms, your shoulders, your neck, the place between your shoulders, kind of the upper chest. And say in your mind a couple of times, my arms feel warm and heavy. Bringing your awareness to that part of the body. My arms feel warm and heavy. My arms feel warm and heavy. My arms feel warm and heavy. That's it. Beautiful. Now I'd like you to bring your awareness and your focus to your breath. And tell in your mind as you breathe and being aware of your breath. My breath is deep and even. 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 And now I'd like you to start feeling your heartbeat. Invite you to get and connect to your heartbeats, if possible, or not. And just in your mind, repeat. My heartbeat is strong and steady, connecting to that area where you can feel your heart beating. My heartbeat is strong and steady. 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 And now bring your awareness to your forehead and leave it there, focusing on your forehead zone, saying in your mind, my forehead is calm and cool. 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 And now bring your awareness to all the body overall. My body is cool and floating. My body is cool and floating. My body is cool and floating. Repeat it in your mind. My body is cool and floating. My body is cool and floating. Tonight and any night that you need and choose to go deep into the deep and sound sleep, what you need is just repeat this procedure and focus your mind on the thought and sentence, leaving all other thoughts, acknowledge them and release, and fix your attention back to this process, which is called autogenic training. And every single night, doing this, you will find it easier and faster to go to the deep, profound sleep if you choose to practice, this exercise. And one night, I don't know when, maybe in 5 days, maybe in a week, sooner or later, you'll find as soon as you lie down on the pillow and start focusing your attention on your arms becoming heavy and warm, you will go to deep, restful, rejuvenating, healthy sleep. So practice these exercises and enjoy your sleep. And in a moment, I'm gonna just count you up from 1 to 5. So we won't stay in this state by the computer. And you can do it and repeat in your own comfort just before you go to bed. When your bed is the best place to practice. So at 1, you're feeling wonderful. At 2, to achieve all these things you want to achieve. 3, feeling freedom of any limiting negative thoughts. 4, feeling the force and energy running through your body. And 5, eyes open, back into the room, feeling alive and really good about yourself. So guys, that was the autogenic training procedure, and you can do it and repeat, as I said, in the comfort of your homes. And I wish you all sleep good, sleep well. And the more you practice it, as I said, maybe in a week or even less, you'll find yourself in a deep, restful sleep and free of any anxious thoughts and all other distractions, as this is very powerful auto-suggestion of kind of self-hypnosis and meditation combination, which helped lots of people, including my clients as well. And I am a great practitioner. I don't even need to go through all the procedure anymore. I already train and program myself. Just when I lie down, think about my hands, I'll just go to deep, profound sleep. And I wish you the same. Sleep is one of the best cures. It cures stress, anxiety, and also it helps to promote healthy weight and healthy habits. So stay well, stay healthy, and see you soon. Bye.
Back to the room with Christina. So I feel very good, honestly speaking. I felt like I was asleep, and I didn't know when. At one time I was even worried not to forget as well. So when to come back here at the live. So thanks to Tatiana for sharing her tips. Christina, do you have anything to mention or to add? Or
there are many to be added. Thank you, Tanya, for the great technique. Yes, but I think we can keep on going, sharing many techniques. There will be, for example, the EFT technique that is to be done in a certain way, not through tapping, because before bed we need to do it differently. But I'm sure you have also amazing tips for sleep. So I share back to you to let you continue. We talked about a bit about what are you going to say, and I find your tools and tips amazing. So let's share it with the others as well.
Okay, so I just don't want to be extending over time. So I want to share just quickly, and perhaps we talk about that at our live, next live.
Yeah.
So what I have found very useful is just briefly to mention is 2 techniques. So one is the metronome technique, which is basically a metronome, the music instrument that you have. So you imagine that instrument, and then the pendulum that goes from right to left. And then by following this pendulum, you ease down or you slow down your rushing or racing thoughts that you may have. I have to go tomorrow to do this, and how I will go and how I will do, and these are waiting for me, and that client is requesting a meeting with me, and all this chatter. So basically you could slow it down with imagining that pendulum or the metronome, and you could slowly release the speed and say what you have to do tomorrow, and so on. So perhaps we will go into that another time. And another one that I found very useful is our lovely teacher's Beryl, So she reminded me to use the circle of excellence from NLP onto my bed space. So what do I mean with that? So the circle of excellence is an excellent practice in NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. You imagine a circle of excellence on your bed, basically. So, and then you associate your bed with the space and time when you felt at your best, when you felt at your greatest potential. So when you performed at your level best and you were feeling that feeling of awesome, perhaps some kind of a awesome imagining the awesomeness that you have experienced, or perhaps anything that you smell in that moment, anything that you sense in that moment, anything that you taste in that moment. So anything, all the senses, all the 5 and 6 senses even related to that feeling when you felt great or when you performed great at some time in your past, and then you link that space and time, you basically put it onto the bed space. And then you imagine that by lying down into your bed, you are going to dive into your circle of excellence. And by sleeping, you dive into the place where you experience that feelings that you are great, that emotions that you are performing at your best, that senses that you have experienced in your body, the smell, the taste, the shape that you imagined or you were in, you felt in while at your best. So basically, these are 2 techniques that I'm using as well myself very often, and I found them very useful.
Thank you. Yeah, that sounds great. I really love the excellence circle of excellence for sleep, and it's a very powerful tool. Maybe you'll get a chance to practice it in a live or in a video, because it brings a lot of intake, and also helps a lot to settle down and get into that pleasant, relaxing way of sleeping. Knowing also that you incorporate that you go to sleep, opening your mind to excellence, and your mind is working in the background. The subconscious, it's already taking that and it's working in the background to bring even more out what's best in your skills and ways to have a better sleep.
Yes, I think that we are running out of time. Actually, we exceeded the time this night. So, but I hope that it was useful for everybody. Thank you so much for everyone that joined us, who joined us tonight, and for those of you who will be watching us later. We wish you a lovely, peaceful night and restful sleep. And please reach out to us for more advices and support. Thank you, Christina, for sharing this space, and Tanya,
thank you, ladies,
for the techniques that she shared with us.
Thank you, everyone. And on that side of the world, I wish you to have a restful and good quality sleep. Take care and see you soon.